Key Moments. Welcome to Key Moments. This is gameplay breakdown of Paragon. I'm playing some FaZe in the duo lane with a Wukong as my carry. Haven't played FaZe in a little while since changing around the confirmation on telekinetic link. We're facing off against a Revenant and a Fae. This is a very interesting match. A little bit of back and forth early on, but for the most part, you guys are going to see a lot of great plays. A lot of great plays by a number of people on my team. All right, so a little bit later here, Revenant is, this is at 3 minutes 30 seconds. Revenant is kind of by himself. Fae left him all by his lonesome, and I think he probably thought he was okay. He pushed up too far, got knocked back and stunned into the wall, and then I got the root, and Wukong finished him up. You always have to be careful when you're in the dual lane, especially if your support leaves and overcommitting. Now here is our overcommitment, I think. We go for Faye, got a nice stun on her, then we decided to back off. And lo and behold, Gideon waiting right behind us, and they get the double kill. So overcommitment there on our part. Probably should have stayed up after Faye dropped down in the river. Wasn't a great play there. All right, a little bit later, we got the triple team on their Chimera, who is sitting in our jungle. Don't know why. And as we're trying to push up into our lane, Faye puts a slowdown with Bramble, and we try to run back up. Now, our mistake here is actually trying to run back up through this path. We should have just ran around. You guys see Wukong died. I couldn't get a confirmation to pull back toward him. Once he ran out on his Cloud Walker ability, it was just a done deal. I couldn't get to him fast enough. That's the trouble with supporting Wukong as FaZe. Able to clean up Revenant there again all by himself. I had to use my ult just to ensure that Wukong could come out of that safely. A little bit later here, we rotate mid, get a nice knockback stun on Faye, and she gets rooted, and I finish up Revenant. Wasn't trying to finish up Revenant, but I did nonetheless. And after this play, this is a really big play. We're able to push mid, take down their tier 1 after getting that dub. And now we're fighting Chimera. He has nowhere to go. We take him out, gets a blind, and almost here got Gideon. He was a little too close for comfort. You guys see that the Fae comes down and we run away. Now, unfortunately, Gideon wrecked our Chimera out of that. Now they continue to push us. I had Faye follow me all the way into our side mid. You see Wukong comes around, knocks her toward me, gets a stun, and he finishes her up very quickly. Way overcommitted right there from the Faye, and we capitalized immediately on that. Now here's our overcommitment. Wukong running into 3. I did my best to help out, got the blind. He ends up going down. And then Gadget comes over, puts a hat on Chimera, and we trade there 1-for-1, unfortunately. Now, we tried to go for a Fangtooth, but Faye came over and they rotated. It was just Chimera and I. We got out of there. We ended up killing the Faye. They end up killing Wukong, and they also go for Chimera. I tried to ult. Then I just ran for my life, and they got 2-for-1 right there. So again, a lot of back and forth here early on, and it doesn't really start to break away until a little bit later here. It's just a push on our part. They end up taking out Feng Mao. Revenant coming in with that great play, and now they're just putting a lot of pressure on our tier 1. Once they pushed us back, and they got Feng Mao, we had to back away. Wukong comes in, gets a nice cleanup, and now we kind of have the advantage here because they got the numbers on the tower, and then once our team respawned, they were overcommitted, and Chimera and Wukong were able to come in there and get some good ganks in, surprise them, and then we got numbers. So it was just, again, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. There's a little bit later, Chimera in our jungle overcommitted. Doesn't realize he's getting double teamed, triple teamed here. And he goes out. Another assist under the belt. And we rotate back out toward Prime. Grab Prime. while Chimera's down, and this is when the game kind of blew wide open. So that's a 19-minute orb prime grab. Got the hat. Gadget got that hat on Gideon, put him out, and now we're just basically putting as much pressure as we can on these guys and pull back. Wukong, I stayed with him for a little bit so he could heal up, and then once we healed up, we pushed right back into mid. You guys see that Chimera there. I actually went for the grab on Chimera, didn't realize Wukong was still attached to me, so I pulled him towards me instead of grabbing that Chimera. But we take out that tier 2. You see we have numbers here. They just got 2 people respawn. We have 4 out, and we started to put some pressure on their inhibitor. I got the root kill on that was Gideon there as he was fighting Wukong, and then Wukong goes in and takes out that inhib, and I pull him towards me to safety, and we get out of dodge. Now, a little bit later, 22 minutes 50 seconds, Chimera and I grab Fangtooth, and we tried to push right after this, and it was just Wukong and me, and man, we got destroyed right there. They had 4 people rotate. Gideon ended up disconnecting in this match, so by this time it's 20, I think he disconnected about 23 minutes. He had enough, and we just continued to apply pressure. This is one of the key last fights of the game. You see they got down 2. We have 1 left, and Shinbi, she goes down. Shinbi was their primary, I'd say, all-star in this match. And once she went down, it was slim pickings. So they have 4 down. We went for prime, and then we just went for the jugular to try to finish this map up. Once we had those numbers and we could go rotate toward prime, we made it a high priority, and we just made sure to clean everybody up. Got the pull there on Chimera. He goes back in, and fortunately he doesn't have much health, and Shinbi took him out. And then once she was all by herself, I think she dropped down to maybe a quarter of health, ran back to our minions and tried to regain some health, and Wukong and I went in on her and killed her so that we could clean up this core and finish up the game. Now I finished with 3 kills, 3 deaths, and 12 assists in this particular game. Again, it was really back and forth up until that first prime orb grab, and once that happened, we just blew the game wide open and were able to continue up our pace. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe so you guys don't miss any more Paragon gameplay in the future. Till the next time, folks, I'll catch you all later. Stay frosty.